Yes, people, welcome back to the 1894-40 Sporting Lisbon versus Man City review. A 5-0 massacre. We have redeemed ourselves in Portugal. Let's get into our thoughts right now. Right, Rebel, what a performance in Lisbon that was. On the preview with Luke, I said I wanted us to go into this Champions League knockout stage phase with intent, make a statement, with hunger, and I felt there would be hunger based off our disappointment last year and in previous years, and tonight was a perfect example. I'll give you my thoughts. You go for yours first.
I'll go for mine first, right? I think it was beautiful. I thought the way we went out there with intent, they kind of went out, as you'd see, we were talking about on the stream, they went for us in the first 5 minutes. We said actually they had a very promising opening 5 minutes. We weren't phased by it. We took it right back to them. We scored within 7 minutes. Like, oh, that looked offside, but I think we kind of just came to the conclusion as we were looking at it, this is going to be given, and it was given, and perfect. Scores again 10 minutes later. It was a fucking beauty. It was one of the best goals I've ever seen in my life personally. Bernardo Silva was fantastic. He ran it, but everyone had a good game. There wasn't one player where I looked at them and said, you look out of place. Even the people who came on were fantastic. It's a testament to how good the squad is, how much the players love playing for the club, how much they want to play, how many players are there to try throw their name in the hat for, say, Spurs, for the next big games that are coming up. Like, they're all hungry, and they proved it today. I thought they were fantastic.
The first team in Champions League history to be leading by 4 goals at half-time in the knockout stages. What a stat that is, first of all. And I think if you guys watched the game, you would understand why. For me, it was genuinely men versus boys. As Dara kind of touched on briefly there, they tried to come at us very fast in the first 5 minutes. I said in our live watch-along, possibly try to throw us off guard. But we showed the composure. We showed the intensity to be able to ride that wave. Now, I said it during our live watch along as well that lesser teams maybe would have crumbled. We have crumbled in previous years when teams will come at us all guns blazing and try to catch us off guard, but we didn't. We didn't crumble. We rode the wave for 5 or so minutes, and then we kicked into gear. It really was just a mesmerising performance from our attacking players. Goals, 2 from Bernardo. That was an unbelievable goal, as you mentioned. Sterling's goal was absolutely fantastic. Foden had a bit of luck. Bernardo had a bit of luck as well. It was they really couldn't handle us, and I think you have to put it down a lot of it to, yes, fantastic performance from City and a tactical masterclass from Pep, but I do want to touch on why I think Sporting Lisbon crumbled so badly. I think they were set up really poorly. We touched on this earlier on. We said in the midfield they were giving players like De Bruyne and Bernardo far too much space. Sporting were defending extremely narrowly. So when you give players like Bernardo and De Bruyne that amount of space and time on the ball, players of their ability, their technical ability and their intelligence and their ability to realise where they can penetrate and where the space is, when players like Sterling and Mahrez are holding the wings and holding their width the same way they were, you can't give players like Mahrez and Sterling that much space on the wings because they will cause trouble, and that was evident tonight. That really was. Mahrez gave their fullback an awful time. Likewise with Sterling. It was an unbelievable attacking performance from City. All 5 attacking players contributing in different ways. It was just an unbelievable performance. Who stands out for you, I suppose, Rebel? Because we usually have a few complaints in reviews, even when we do win. There's things that we would like improvements on, or things that we have, maybe a little pet peeve. But tonight, I genuinely have no complaints. It was a fantastic start to our Champions League knockout stage, and I just hope we can carry that on now to Spurs and, of course, into the next round. I'll try not to be too arrogant, but I do believe we're into the next round now.
There's no arrogant about it. We've just turned someone 5-0 away from home, and they showed no promise whatsoever. There was a standout for me personally as Sterling. I thought he was fantastic. They doubled up on him. At the start again, they doubled up on him and completely disregarded Mahrez, which was so foolish because, like, again, you can't disregard Mahrez. But they doubled up on Sterling, and he must have only lost the ball like once or twice in 1v1 situations or 1v2 situations, however you want to look at it. I thought the way he cut, he's just getting so much better at cutting in now. I think the fact that his confidence is running, he's just like, right, I'm going to do this. He scored 2 of those goals now in the last 2 games. I think his confidence is on top 5. I'll just say top 5. His confidence is so high, it's unbelievable. But again, like you said, there was so much space in the midfield. Now, we always said that De Bruyne thrives when there is not when there's people pressing on him, so there are small spaces in behind. Not only were they leaving too much space in the midfield, there was just so much room for them to run in behind. It was like, I know we're saying how good we are. We were fantastic. Sporting Lisbon were shit. They were shambolic, right? That's why I am so happy. But like you said, the thing I'm looking at is we found a way to pick the holes in them instantly. There was about the first 5 minutes. You're like, right, sound. We have them. We have that number, and we tore them apart. You know what I mean? But Sterling, I think we gave him man of the match. Could have been anyone. I know Bernardo got UEFA man of the match. I think we have so many other players at 9s. I have it here in front of me, 2 10s. Like, I think Sterling personally. What about yourself? Who do you think, Sandro?
I've got a few, mate, but on the Sterling thing, myself and Joe recorded a video on Sterling yesterday, which will come out on Thursday. We're speaking about the rejuvenation of Sterling, the reigniting of Raheem Sterling, and his goal tonight was a perfect example of why he is back, and he's back with a bang. He does not take that shot, Sterling, if he's not full of confidence. He passes it back out to the wing and tries to keep the ball moving, but he's full of confidence right now. A hat-trick against Norwich in the weekend. He took that shot because he's full of confidence, and he hit it with such vengeance, and you just don't save those shots. But notable mentions as well for John Stones playing out of position at right full. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. Defensively, didn't have a lot to do. I mentioned earlier that in the live stream that it will be an interesting test for John Stones to see how he would fare maybe this Saturday against Spurs, against a player like Son, see what his defensive ability as a right full is like. But going forward tonight, and whenever he was called upon defensively, absolutely fantastic. Rodri, good as always. Essentially, all the 5 attacking players that started were absolutely fantastic, but there were some great defensive performances. Laporte and Diaz were also really solid when called upon. It was a collective performance, and I spoke about in the preview that I wanted hunger, and tonight looked like a team really hungry for this competition. So much heartbreak, so much disappointment and underwhelming performances over the years in the knockout stage of the Champions League. Tonight for me was a statement that this team is ruthless and really wants to win this competition. Really, really impressed. An overall fantastic performance from the team. I'm sure it'll be another great performance, hopefully, back in the Etihad. Lisbon looked dejected by halftime. They looked deluded, dejected, tired, and possibly just fed up with life, which is understandable when you're being thumped 4-0 after 45 minutes. But with that much said, let's get over to our player ratings, because it was very much that the talk is just City tonight. There really isn't much else to talk about. We can't talk about the way the game went, other than there were some unbelievable individual performances which all added up to a collective win. So let's get over to our player ratings now and see what we gave the lads. Right, so we're going to pop up our player ratings on screen for you to see right now. As always, do get involved down below in the comments. Let us know your thoughts on our player ratings. Would you give anybody higher? Would you give anybody lower? We'd love to know what you think. Now, Ederson, we gave a 7-2 based purely on the fact he had little or nothing to do. Not much to say in Ederson. Lisbon didn't pose much of an attacking threat, so he gets a 7 from us. He didn't have to make any major saves, nothing crazy. It just is what it is for Ederson. Cancelo, a 9. I thought he was really, really good as always. Playing on the left, getting heavily involved in attacking play. He looks at his beautiful best. And I think the Lisbon defence were frightened heavily by Cancelo and our attacking 5 players. He was fantastic. 9 for Cancelo. Laporte and Diaz, we gave them a 9. I know you might say Ederson a 7, those two a 9. There wasn't much defending to do. When they were called upon, Laporte and Diaz, they were crucial. They made both of them made some really important blocks, really important dispossessions, and just overall tackles. A great defensive performance. John Stones playing out of position at right full, we gave an 8 to. I spoke about in the first part of the show that it'd be interesting to see him play against a proper winger where we're under a bit more of defensive pressure. But listen, tonight, as far as it goes, he was great going forward. He was actually quite creative for someone who isn't a creative player naturally, because he's a centre half. And when he was called upon, he obviously did a good job as well defensively. I think these are very fair ratings, Revel. What do you think?
You say it as well as I can, but I want to give a special shout out to little Eric Laporte. I thought he was brilliant. I thought he snuffed everything out that came near him. I think he might have given away a couple of fouls. That referee was shite, so sorry. But he snuffed everything out. I thought he was the best defender on the pitch, best defensive performance on the pitch. I thought he was outstanding. And again, he's another one of those where if you have high confidence, he's gonna be better. And I think the longer he gets this run, the longer he plays well, the better he's going to get, and it'll hold up and it'll feed into one another. Next thing you know, boom, he's irreplaceable. But yeah, no, I completely agree with the rest of it. I don't have to go into you said it as well as I can.
The back 4 were not the main part of tonight. Cancelo obviously is usually very involved in attacking play, but the back 4 were not the main talking point. It was our attacking players. Rodri holding it down in defensive midfield. We always want consistency from Rodri. That's all we want from him, is consistently playing at the level he has done. And once again, he did it tonight. He gets a 9 from us. It was great to see him play great, first of all, and then he got taken off. I think Pep was starting to bear in mind the very important league game this weekend we have against Spurs. So you do want these kind of players to get that little bit of rest rather than getting 90 minutes in the legs, possibly unnecessarily. Anyway, Bernardo and De Bruyne, two of the most important players on the pitch for us tonight. We spoke about how much space and time they had on the ball, and they utilised it so efficiently. The pair of them, Bernardo, that first goal he got was just unbelievable. The technical ability to pull that out of the sky 20 feet in the air and take it on the half volley and nearly burst the net with it, was absolutely fantastic. He's just brilliant. He's mesmerising. He's tantalising. I don't know how many more adjectives I can come up with to describe him. I believe he is the best Portuguese player in the world right now, if you like, and he's 100% in the running for best player in the world. Obviously, Salah catches the headlines because he's a winger and he gets the fancy goals. But what Bernardo brings to our team, I don't think anybody else in the world could do right now. De Bruyne looks back to his best for me. I thought he was fantastic. He also utilised the space brilliantly. His ability to put the ball over the top for our wingers, Sterling and Mahrez, the ability to identify space and where we can penetrate them is what we want from De Bruyne. That's the kind of player he is. Get in between the lines, which he had a lot of space with tonight, and make smart decisions. Well, 10 for Bernardo, 9 for De Bruyne, 2 fantastic performances. Really fantastic.
You've said all you can about Bernardo again, but De Bruyne, I've given him copious amount of stick, right? And now some of the still stands out crossing was dire, right? But the way his work rate cannot be put down. I thought his pressing from minute 1 to minute 90 was unreal. He just pressed. And it was the main reason he won the ball back. I'm pretty sure I could be wrong now because there was a replay over the Sterling 5th goal. But I'm pretty sure he won the ball back for that with his press, which is great. He got back, even when we were 3 or 4-0 up. He did the same against Brentford. We commented on it. He keeps getting back. He gets back all the time now. And it's so good to see that even though his form's dropped, but it's coming back now, but even though his form had dropped, his head didn't drop. He keeps trying. He keeps at it. And it's going to pay off. He's slowly but surely getting back to his best. Bernardo, fantastic. Rodri cut out everything again. Like he'll go under the radar as well tonight because he didn't on paper have much to do. But you have Fernandinho, and you saw they were getting a bit more in when Fernandinho got on. If Fernandinho starts and they're playing the way they were playing, then maybe they got something. But Rodri's too good. Rodri's just simply too good.
The midfield absolutely bossed it tonight. The midfield really did boss it. They used their space, they used their brains, and they got their reward. Moving to the front three, Mahrez, clinical as ever, used a really almost a striker's instinct brain to get himself on the edge of that 6-yard box for what people originally thought was an offside goal, and he tapped it in with ease. There's a reason why Mahrez racks up so many goals. It's because yes, he's got a lot of ability to score, mesmerising goals that are a great spectacle, but he's also got a fantastic brain for picking out where he should be, making smart runs and using the ball and the space efficiently. He gets a 9 from us. Likewise with Foden, who has made his 150th appearance for the club tonight at just the age of 21 and scoring 40 goals in all competitions. That is some stat for a player that people were saying should be sent out on loan to get experience. This guy is world class at the age of 21 and he's in our team for a reason, and you're going to be seeing a lot more of this guy in the future. 9 for him as well. And then finally, Raheem Sterling, a player myself and Joe recorded a video on yesterday, which will go out on Thursday night. He's had his tough times, Sterling, in the last 18 months, but recently, in the last 7-8 weeks, he's back. A hat-trick against Norwich. An unbelievable goal tonight. What a spectacle that goal was. He is back with a bang. He's playing with confidence. He's playing with vengeance. And he looks happy overall. And I really hope there's contract toss going on, because if this guy can continue this form, I believe he's going to be crucial for us, both for the rest of the season and in future seasons. He's our man of the match. He gets a 10. This front three, Revel, were really something special tonight.
They were fantastic. I thought Foden was very good. Obviously, he signed a 6-year contract there a few years ago. Spent 6 years on the bench, gets 150 appearances. Fair play to him. Mahrez was unreal. He just keeps up his great form. He got the goal again. Like we said on stream, many people's heads in that situation. When you look at De Bruyne, you think he's probably offside. Your head will drop. But he played to the whistle. Yeah, he finished his weak foot. It was not a hard finish, you could say, but it's a very hard position to get into, and he did it perfectly. Sterling, what more can you say about his goal? It was fucking unbelievable. And again, I said already, he was getting doubled upon and still beating this man. Like, he has flown with confidence. That's what you need from him. So, like, that's why I put my hat in the ring for the man of the match for him, because you have to factor in the fact that this is what was happening. He's getting doubled. He was still beating him. He scored a cracking goal. He's just, right now, he's you can't take him out of the team. I can't believe I'm saying it, but you can't take him out of the team in this current scenario. And the same goes for Mahrez, same goes for Rodri, same goes for half that was players that were starting tonight. They were all unbelievable.
It's great that they're all coming into form now. Grealish is going to be looking at tonight's performance and recent performances from Sterling and saying, this is going to be tough to overtake this guy. He's really doing the business. All the front three, whichever two were out wide at whatever given moment, they were all using the space really well. They're beating their players. They're getting in behind. They're creating chances. They're using their brains and their ability effectively and efficiently. It was an attacking masterclass, all without a striker tonight. An all-round brilliant performance. I really hope we can carry this into the Tottenham game now on Saturday, and of course the remainder of this Champions League. Hopefully, this run that we can hopefully go on, and the remaining domestic games as well. Listen, leave all of your thoughts down below on that game. If you saw the game, you would know it was a brilliant performance. I want to know what you guys think. Who was your man of the match? We gave it to Sterling. What player ratings would you give? And as always, please leave a like on the video. It helps us massively. And subscribe if you're new. We really appreciate the support, and we hope you all will join the community and stick around. Good night and God bless.
Thank you.